Hey, what's going on, guys? Michael here. Hope you're all having a great day. Today I'm here to watch Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3, Episode 3? Yeah, 3, sorry. It's just kind of weird because they did a double drop of the episodes, and I'm just like, wait, we already got 2 episodes. That's amazing. But also, last episode, Choso whooped Naoya. Although Naoya was humiliating Choso really just hit him with Supernova. The same move he hit with Yuji, and it just explodes everywhere. It just caused Naoya to tap out. Also combined with the fact that Naoya got a lot of blood in him because Chozo is technically inhuman. His blood is toxic to normal people because he's one of the cursed wound paintings. And we also got the reveal that Yuji's mom was Kenjaku. Like, why did you need to receive back shots from your father in order to do all that? I don't know. And we got an introduction to the rules of the culling games. I'm sure it will be fleshed out over the episodes, but I feel like I have a good understanding of it somewhat. I remember a few things. We ended up going to see Tengen because we needed to ask him about like what Noritashi Kamo's goals are. Really excited to get into this episode. Without further ado, let's get right into it. When Tengen says descendant of Michizane, who is Tengen referring to? And is Tengen a dude or a female? I forgot. I see. So what was kind of weird last episode was Yuki said that when a person has 6 eyes or something like that, Kenjaku doesn't appear. Was that, sorry, not Kenjaku, Tengen doesn't appear. Is that something that's important to know or something that was talked about? Sorcerer inhabiting Geto's body. I was about to say, god damn, Tengen, what happened? I see. Yeah, that's what I was interested in. Like, humans don't live that long, but if we did, is that what we would look like? That's a really fun idea. Since that failed to... Interesting. That's kind of abstract. And who knows if the existence of Tengen is ethical. I talked about this last episode, but Tengen basically exists to keep the world of curses balanced. I don't even know, but like Tengen is like one of those higher order deities that just are important, but you don't really understand why. But like every so often you need a sacrifice, like that one girl that was assassinated by Toji. I love the pink outline here. Does Yuji send someone? I'll need the 3 of you. I'll need 2 out of 3. And guard me. Kenjaku's objective? Force the evolution of mankind. Right. Why didn't Kenjaku use your bearers? Because he simply lacked the cursed energy to do that. Interesting. Let me rewind it a bit. The evolution of mankind throughout all of Japan. How? Assimilate mankind with Tengen. Why? Unknown. So Tengen is kind of what runs Jujutsu sorcery. Every sorcerer is tied with Tengen if you do have powers. Is that how it works? I don't know. Did they ever explain if there were sorcerers overseas, like in America and whatnot? Or is this just an occurrence in Japan? Some really nice drawings. Should only be possible with the Star Plasma Vessel. With an ordinary person, assimilation is impossible. But since I started 12 years ago. I see. So basically with the assassination of, I'm sorry, I forgot her name, but basically Toji killed her. Tengen didn't receive that body, right? So that caused Tengen to kind of become more sensitive to who Tengen is able to assimilate with, allowing like even an ordinary person to come into the question. But what does the process look like? No way Kenjaku just drags every individual person into Tengen's lair. Maybe Kenjaku kidnaps Tengen, uses his brain technique, and takes over Tengen using Tengen's power, and I don't know. Isn't my real self. Interesting. People who assimilated with me now would become something more than a sorcerer. There would be no boundaries between individuals. It's to be who would spread. Trees and people. So basically everyone would become one with everything, and that's just gonna collapse the world. He's really just a mad scientist, Kenjaku. That's an interesting line for Tengen to keep repeating. A lot have evolved. My nature is close to that of cursed spirit. Suguru Geto's death. Obtained cursed spirit manipulation. Obtained idol transfiguration, right? Mahito was captured. Star Plasma Vessel's death. Tengen's evolution. Obtained Tengen. Bro, Geto's technique was so cool. Just being able to manipulate cursed spirits is so, like, just such a badass technique. Because the Star Plasma Vessel, the 6 eyes, are all connected by fate. That was my question. How is the 6 eyes connected to this? Isn't that just a hereditary biological feature? It just makes you stronger. Twice in the past, Kenjaku was stopped by the sorcerer with 6 eyes. The second time he was through. Wait, he killed both the Star Plasma Vessel and the Bear of 6 Eyes within a month of their birth. Despite that, the 6 Eyes in the Star Plasma Vessel still appeared by the day of my assimilation. So this is the 6 Eyes user and the Star Plasma Vessel Tengen's talking about. On Sealing. 12 years ago, something pretty. Damn it, Toji! He was physically gifted. Man, he's so cool. Since his heavenly pact placed him outside of fate. Back in the past, when Kenjaku murdered the 6 Eyes user and the Star Plasma Vessel, they survived, or well, fate still survived because Kenjaku is still a cursed technique user. He has cursed energy, so fate was still connected, versus Toji's just technically an ordinary person. That heavenly restriction makes him have no cursed energy, so that caused him to break the fate connecting. What a crazy technique. But at the moment, there's a high probability it would result in something incomplete. I see. Might even say Kenjaku is culling the people of Japan. Several packs. The Game Master must approve any additional rules requested under Rule 6 above, except when the rule would significantly hinder the continuation of the culling games, right? So let me rewind it a bit. Kenjaku should have been forced to accept several packs. I thought the culling game was just like a heavily enforced policy that Kenjaku put over the country of Japan. Is it really just a pact? I didn't know that, because from how Tengen described it, he needs to follow these rules, abide by it as well because of the mass scale of policies he's enforcing. So rule number 7 might be our cheat code. Like, while we can't make rules that significantly hinder the continuation, we could definitely make rules that could slightly hinder it. I don't know. One of them is that Kenjaku cannot be the game master of the culling games himself. Either all of the players must die. By spending 100 points, not counting the initial point value assigned to them, players may negotiate with the game master to add an additional rule. Can I rewind that? We'll need to participate in the culling game and add a rule that creates a way out of the game. Sumiki and those reluctant to participate. Sumiki's Megami's sister, right? And what's up with Sumiki? The only thing I remember much about her was Megami's flashback about how she was a really good big sister, but then they didn't see each other for a bit. She kind of went off to do her own thing, and now she's back. We also need a free Gojo. He could. Makes sense. We just gotta hope like nobody crazy comes into the culling games and gets 200 points first than us, which I think that might be the case. That might make things really spicy, ramp things up. Okay. The back of the prison realm. Like a back door. This OST is so good. Inverted Spirit of Heaven. Force the cancellation of curse techniques. What happened to the black robe? Was that the thing that Miguel was using? That Gojo whooped him? Kind of interesting that like both of these weapons Gojo fought against, right? And now it's about to free him. That weapon broke. Yeah. Yeah. He did break both of them. Right. But it was cultivated over generations, wasn't it? Oh. Among the players participating. Oh. Angel. Whoa. Was this the person last episode that we saw flying in the skies? That's crazy. Oh snap. Can extinguish any other curse technique? Hana Kurusu. I'm just hyped to see new characters, low-key, because you know Jujutsu Kaisen, all the characters are epic. There are 10 colonies. Linked libraries designed. Can I rewind this? Crossing a river or other border acts that symbolize crossing it to the afterlife carry important meaning in sorcery. This was season 1 where Yuji, Nobara, and Megami went to fight the cursed wombs, right? Is Hokkaido excluded because of the Jujutsu Society's barrier? The land is already established as a vast sacred ground. The challenging land for you. The challenging land, the catchphrase issued in 99 by the Hokkaido government office. So Hokkaido's very spiritual soul. It's not really affected in the way where people are going to see it as a very strong connection to the afterlife. Maybe it is, but maybe that's what causes it to not be affected by the rules of the colonies. 1. After awakening their curse technique, players must go to a colony of their choice within 19 days and pledge their participation in the culling game. And failure to do so would result in the stripping of their technique, right? Damn. Hold on. Oh, it's nice to see Ieri. But was there significance to Megami's sister? I feel like I'm forgetting something. Please, just let me know if I'm like missing a plot point. Like, why was Sumiki in the wheelchair? It says strip, not prohibited from using, so it's not a pact either. Interesting. Oh, so they're literally gonna die. Yeah, I was saying Maki got it. Oh, Panda's so cute. Okay, wait, let me read this. I thought they were gonna talk about it. Players will receive points upon ending the life of another player. So if one of us needs to get to 100 points, how are we gonna get points? I just realized. If only low-key, I know it was horrible that Yuji massacred so many people as Sukuna, but if only he did that during the culling games, then at least he'd have like 2,000, 5,000 points, right? I'm sorry. Rest in peace to the people who were massacred, but am I wrong? 5 points shall be designated based on the value that the game master gives their life. Sorcerers will be worth 5, and non-sorcerers will be worth 1. Every individual player is given a Shikigami called Kogane, not the game master. It's an interface. Okay. The system is the game master, so Kenjaku really just created a system and that's operating in itself. By spending 100 points, not counting the initial point value assigned to them, players may negotiate with the game master to add an additional rule to the culling game. So I used to think that this rule meant that initiate with Noritashi combo, but you're really negotiating with the system via your Shikigami, Kogane. We might be able to refute them in a roundabout way. The game master must approve any additional rules requested under Rule 6 above, except when the rule would, we read this. Look at Tengen just posed up in the back. Sorry. I love Tengen. Players who do not show a change in points within 19 days of joining or acquiring points shall be stripped of their technique. Damn. A few ideas. And just a question I have is, so it says stripped of techniques. Even with someone like Megami, who has the 10 Shadows technique, would he lose his technique if he didn't kill anyone? Or would he be an exception because he had his technique prior to this game? And I don't know if this is where the show's gonna go, but it would be kind of cool if Yuji just turned into like a cool, badass vigilante who just killed like all the evil people. And I don't know. Okay. Nice. Wait, what was the explanation for that? We got it on episode 1. Oh my gosh, I forgot. But there was an exception. That little dude with the ice cream looking hair was talking to Naoya and was like, you will be the new head, except if this happens. Juza Kumiya's atelier? Do we know Juzo Kumiya? Is this the person being shown looking at me right now? Gonna mean acting on Mano again. They should go to different colonies. If Sukuna does manage to take control again, to kill me, they're thinking that having Okotsu near Itadori would keep Fushiguro safe, but it would be more efficient use of their forces for Okotsu to act alone. His face. You two go to see Kenji like we planned. Kenji Hakari? The suspended third year. He was the person who was hyped up saying he's one of the stronger students, right, by Gojo. When he gets into it, he's stronger than him. What? And I like how Maki kind of said that's not true, just to kind of like make it ambiguous. So it's really up to us to power scale. I'm excited to see him. Nice. Fun stuff. 10 colonies use stocked up curse energy to move the barriers designed to ferry the people of Japan to the other side. Forced to cross the other side equals cursed. Warm up. This music! A lot of matchups are like getting set up, and I'm here for it. Oh, I'm about to cry. The relationship is so wholesome. And I think that... Oh, oh my god. I love them. They're so cute. This just reminds me of the Chainsaw Man teaser, I'm sorry. Random thought. This is the fake dude I saw in the opening. Our industry's full of like boomers, so make a reason. Is he a comedian? Aww. So mean. Takaba. That's nice of you. Ken? Both of them had the wrong idea. Aww. Ken is so nice. Better not die. Interesting. Very wise words. I'd say it's a 50-50. 70. This poor guy, I can't imagine the mental strain that comes with being like a stand-up comedian or whatever you call it. Culling game player Fumihiko Takaba. Interesting. Lots of setting up this episode, but I'm really excited for what's to come. I feel like this is necessary to really slowly dive into the world of the culling games because there are so many rules appearing. It's good to try and follow those, you know. It's kind of bad if an author just set these rules just for them to dive straight into it and the rules were a secondhand thought. This does make me feel like I've forgotten a couple things, and granted it's been seasons, so surely I might have. I'm mainly wondering what's the deal with Sumiki? Was that her name? Megami's sister? Like, is she developing a technique? Why is she in a wheelchair? I totally forgot why. Like, I apologize. Just let me know. I'm hyped to see Angel, Hakari, Takaba. Hyped to see more of Yuta, actually. We haven't gotten much of him. He just started off killing Yuji, which is crazy. I'm excited to see the sheer scale of his power, you know? Like, when he's going with no limiters, you know, because he was definitely holding back with Yuji. He was not using Eureka much. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed my reaction, please hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. More importantly, make sure you guys have a lovely day. Peace.